The German colonization of Transylvania began in the 12th century when Hungarian kings, seeking to fortify their eastern frontier and stimulate economic growth, invited Saxon settlers from the Holy Roman Empire. These German-speaking immigrants, known as Transylvanian Saxons, were promised land, special rights, and privileges such as self-governance and exemptions from taxes in exchange for defending the region against potential invasions, especially from the Cumans and other nomadic tribes. As the Saxons established towns, built churches, and developed a thriving economy based on crafts and trade, tensions arose with the indigenous Vlach, Romanian, and Szekler, Hungarian-speaking populations. The local communities, who primarily practiced agriculture and livestock herding, found themselves at odds with the Saxons' growing influence and privileged status. The Saxons were given substantial autonomy under the Andrianum, a royal decree that granted them special legal and administrative rights, effectively creating a distinct Saxon land within Transylvania. This status caused resentment among the Vlachs and Szekler, who felt marginalized and excluded from political and economic opportunities. Land disputes became a source of conflict as the Saxons expanded their settlements into areas traditionally used by Vlach shepherds and Szekler communities. The pastoral lifestyle of the Vlachs, who practiced transhumance, seasonal movement of livestock, clashed with the Saxons' sedentary agrarian way of life. The Saxons' construction of fortified towns and churches, often on lands claimed by the local population, exacerbated tensions. These fortified settlements, known as Kirchenburgen, church fortresses, symbolized the Saxons' determination to defend their privileges and way of life, but also served as a reminder of their dominant position within the region. Cultural and religious differences further complicated relations. While the Saxons were predominantly Catholic, the Vlachs followed the Eastern Orthodox faith, and the Szeklers were largely Catholic or Protestant. These religious divisions fueled mistrust and limited cooperation between the groups. The Saxons' close ties with the Hungarian crown gave them a favored position, while the Vlachs and Szeklers often found themselves in a subordinate role, leading to sporadic conflicts over the centuries. The Saxons played a significant role in shaping Transylvania's development, contributing to the region's urbanization, economic prosperity, and cultural diversity. However, their privileged status under the Hungarian kings also meant that they were often caught in the political struggles between the Hungarian nobility, the crown, and the Ottoman Empire, which sought to extend its influence over Transylvania. The Saxon privileges were sometimes challenged by Hungarian nobles seeking to curtail their autonomy and integrate them more fully into the feudal system. Over the centuries, the relationship between the Saxons, Vlachs, and Szeklers evolved, marked by periods of cooperation and conflict. While the Saxons maintained their distinct cultural identity and legal status, they also gradually assimilated some local customs and formed alliances with the other groups, especially in the face of common threats such as Ottoman invasions. By the late medieval period, Transylvania had developed a unique political system known as the Unio Trium Nationum, Union of the Three Nations, which recognized the political rights of the Hungarian nobility, the Szeklers, and the Saxons, while largely excluding the Vlachs from power. The German colonization of Transylvania thus left a lasting legacy on the region's cultural and political landscape, creating a multi-ethnic society with a complex history of coexistence and conflict. The Saxon towns, fortified churches, and cultural contributions continue to shape Transylvania's identity, even as the region has undergone significant demographic and political changes over the centuries. The story of the Saxon immigrants is one of ambition, adaptation, and the struggles for land and privilege in a diverse frontier region.